Welcome.
Welcome, everyone.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. And it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads him out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
When the Seahawks named Smith the starter last season, it gave him an opportunity he wasn't sure he would get again. And then he became one of the best quarterbacks in football and sustained it across a full 17 games, winning Comeback Player of the Year. Saved his career with last season and keeps the Seahawks as true contenders.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Now Geno. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And here's Dixon to punt. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well.
Touchdown! DeAndre Swift, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run with the second-year man. It's Kenneth Walker, and he will lose you.
Joe Smith salute ball.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Salute, Juice.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just
pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game.
Wanted to show some love ball.
I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide.
I appreciate it, King.
Shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. It's fielded at the 45. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Eagles. Olamide Zaccheaus, 50 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 58 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Straight ahead running. Here's Dallas. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Consecutive gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards. Brings up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now the 3rd-year man. Here's Kenneth Gainwell. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
But this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on third down? You're a little...
This is the target, incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's to his running back, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacted the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football, just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there, ends up getting spilled for a loss.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A 10-play drive that time, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They will have like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Yeah, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown as the first half is winding down.
And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Elliott good with a PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Seahawks nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation. Take a shot.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here, and he'll just the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It's taken to the 26. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
They go play action with Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. He's got it at the 15. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Second and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Here's Walker to start the drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing now is Geno. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taken right around the 44. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's a punt return touchdown of 56 yards. And the Eagles just continue to roll. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. It's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto, and so the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's taken it around the 40. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
He's got a man complete. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 53 yards.
And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up. And
oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Seahawks nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick-6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. But right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series.
Back now in Seattle, Washington, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, 64 yards.
And the Eagles continue to pour it on here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And out now come the Seahawks.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of have this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
And it's Swift.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
DeAndre Swift.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Well, the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Smith.
That's complete to his running back, Dallas.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now Smith. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points, down by 4 touchdowns, haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort They've been excellent from start to finish.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Taken right about the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by...
And now off to the races down the right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got to balance all the way